G'day folks, and welcome to the latest episode of Print21, the weekly news bulletin for the Australian and New Zealand print industries. I'm Print21's editor, Jana Reza, and this week's episode is brought to you by Roland and Doggett, Australia's leading distributor of printable materials, press consumables and printing equipment. Alright, so let's kick things off with the news of Spices Australia and the European owners of the Spandex Group, and their intention to enter a sale agreement which will see Spices acquire Spandex Australia. Completion of the transaction is subject to execution of the sale agreement and satisfaction of the customary closing conditions. The transaction relates only to Spandex Group's Australian business, with Spandex Group continuing its global operations across Europe and the US. Both the Spices and Spandex businesses will continue to operate independently and will do so after the transaction is completed, which is expected to be by the 1st of April. Next up, in light of mounting concerns around global instability on fuel supply and logistics, Charles Watson, GM for IR Policy and Governance at the Visual Media Association, has issued guidance to help members navigate and prepare for a more uncertain operating environment. He tells Print21 that for the print and visual media industries, the immediate implications of any rationing or sustained supply disruption would be higher freight costs and delays in delivery. He adds that although we are not yet at a critical point, if fuel supply into Australia worsens, then there are a number of risks and exposure issues for members to consider. To assist members, the VMA is already proactively developing a practical contingency plan framework containing various factors and considerations that may be implemented in the businesses. This framework will be distributed to members in the coming period, depending on the status of and a government response to the issue. To dig deeper into the VMA's guidance, head over to the Print21 website. To Jet Technologies now, which has completed the installation of a second screen TruePress L350 UV SAI at PDQ labels, making it the first converter in the ANZ region with two L350s, the first one being installed back in 2021. With two L350 presses operating side by side, the company can now transition between SKUs without stopping the press, helping to reduce waste while improving throughput and cost efficiency. With the installation, PDQ has since doubled its inkjet output capacity and positioned itself well for the next phase in its digital production strategy. To some quick updates on other headline makers now. First, Roland Doggett has officially opened the doors to its new Experience Hub in Brendale, Queensland, welcoming customers and industry partners for an exclusive launch event last week. The event brought together over 50 guests from across the print, sign and graphics, packaging and textile sectors to explore the company's latest investment in equipment innovation and hands-on customer experience. Roland DG Australia has unveiled its freshly imagined Creative Centre and Sydney head office to showcase the capabilities of the latest next-gen devices in its portfolio. The refreshed space was revealed to dealer partners and industry representatives from across Australia and New Zealand. Then we'll close things off today with some event updates. First up, entries are now open for the National Print Awards 2026, with the VMA inviting submissions across commercial print, digital print, packaging labels, publishing, signage, data-driven communications, and creative services. The awards is set to take place at the Intercontinental Brisbane on 4th of June. Next, Fujifilm Business Innovation Australia will be opening entries for the 2026 iteration of the Innovation Print Awards on the 1st of April, with the final submission deadline for Australian entries being the 12th of June. The Innovation Print Awards serves as a platform to showcase printed works that fully leverage Fujifilm's printing technologies and capabilities. And finally, nominations are closing soon for the Women in Packaging Awards, an event organised by Print21 sister title PDQ Packaging News, and editor Linda Hewson has a message for the industry. If someone in your team or network deserves the spotlight, now is the time to act. Well folks, that's all the time we have for today. For more on these and other stories, head over to our website print21.com.au. Thanks to our sponsor Roland Doggett, Australia's leading distributor of printable materials, press consumables and printing equipment. This is Jana Reza, editor of Print21, signing off for another week.